it's very good timing on our part that we're doing a Just Cause video, because they just added a grappling hook.
Yeah.
So we get to incorporate this into the into all of this somehow as well. I'll figure that part out later. Hello, and welcome to the Arizona range, where nothing weird has happened since we were last here recording a... Okay, I'm here with Dan, and today we are looking at all of the Just Cause weapons from all three games. We're not doing the fourth one. I could find literally nothing. I'm gonna make that very clear right now.
The fourth one is just consisting of weird Franken guns that don't exist.
Yeah, or there's just, it's not an H3, or the wiki has no idea what anything is. And that's fine, because Just Cause 4 isn't great. Anyways, this is not one of the guns, surprisingly, but it does make a nice consistent sound, and it's the dedicated sound check weapon that everybody who does anything with this game has to... Wowza. Okay.
Alright. I just want to preface that this is the most amount of notes that you have given me to read in any of these videos.
Okay, I want to actually talk about that. Somebody got, not mad, but somebody's like, man, it really seems like you don't leave any notes. And I was looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I don't leave anyone any notes.
If you know what you're doing, I guess that's enough.
I don't.
Then your first one, the Taurus Raging Bull.
Oh yeah, Rico's signature gun. There it is. Alright, so now I have the unenviable task to see if I can mount an M203 underneath this. It doesn't shoot in the game. But...
Why do you need a grenade launcher under a handgun?
I'm glad you asked. Rico's signature revolver in the first Just Cause has a grenade launcher under it. That's it.
Anytime that you deal with rails, I just can't help but think to myself, this is how far we've come.
This is actually 6. I was gonna say this is a 5-shot, but it's not. It doesn't need a grenade, but you know, I have this handy carrying case, so.
Yeah.
That is 5. I can't count.
I was about to say, you said 6, and I'm like, you sure? Didn't want to burst your bubble there.
Okay, so this
I'm surprised it can open.
This is a, my best attempt at building Rico's signature gun.
That is a brick.
It has an underbarrel for reasons I don't think I know. But it is a Taurus Raging Bull, and how do I want to do this? Okay, yeah. It's quite nice. We can probably get all this junk off. It's only for looks. Actually, would this be more flush? Hey!
That's extremely flush.
If only that was a little longer. I think the car key is even shorter, so... Yeah, car key is shorter. Maybe... this? Hey, that's more reasonable.
Yeah, it is, actually.
We're just gonna roll with this. Yeah. This is Rico's gun. It's quite accurate. 454. It's probably overkill for what he's using it for, which is to say, destroying another country. Because you're not just gonna have this, you're gonna have more. But sure. This is completely reasonable. I don't have a rating system.
I was about to say, we haven't established a rating system.
It's not a very long list. And I don't think anyone's sitting here with bated breath going, oh, I wonder what the best weapon from a Just Cause game to use in a real-world Just Cause-like scenario would be. We're just gonna sum them up with one word each. And now I've made this harder for myself. A very short phrase. Reasonable, if perhaps overkill.
Sure.
If you're gonna pick just one weapon, sure. This one's fine. You have a lot of barrel real estate, and it is an imposing form factor. Does it need a grenade launcher, Rico?
All right. 5.7.
Hooray! Ow! Bounced right off the mag well. If I recall correctly, I haven't played Just Cause 1 because on Steam it's got mixed ratings. And you can only use the grappling hook sometimes, and you get it kind of late, so it's a lot of just running around in empty space. But this is more or less kind of the default pistol. I am so used to Half-Life Alyx. I pressed the grip button to eject the magazine, and... No, you press down on the touchpad in this game. In Half-Life Alyx, you press the grip button to eject, and in this game, that's drop. So let's... God. Okay. There we go. Plenty of ammo. Not the most powerful cartridge, but... you know, a decent amount of pep to it. I'm gonna go ahead and call this one great. It's just great. It's not trying to, you know, play double duty with looking cool and being awesome. It's just here to be a pistol, and then a pistol it's being, and it's doing that job quite well.
All right, that's entirely fair. Your next one is not a pistol, though.
Hooray.
The UMP.
I think this is the first time we've had the UMP without the MP5. Yeah, for once I can't say, why would you pick this when you have the other one available? No, it's they've made their choice, and they've made the choice to go plastic and squares. But who am I to complain, other than someone who can complain? I like the fire rate. It doesn't kick a whole lot. I just don't know how I feel about that, the reload. That's really my biggest issue with this thing, is that reloading it. Like, I just want a button where I can just go, you know, kaplam, and then I can load a new one in, and, you know.
Just call it a day, yeah.
Yeah, but... you know, it becomes this whole song and dance. Is this a... I believe it's a 30-round magazine. 25! Yeah, no wonder I felt like I was running dry super quickly. If this had a higher magazine capacity, I'd be fine with it. But as it currently stands, it's just a bizarro MP5. Again, I know a lot of people are probably frustrated that I keep comparing the two, because they are different. In one of the previous videos, I said it's kind of... the MP5 is Mario and this is Luigi. And I still kind of stand by that. It has its fans, and they're totally valid. Also was once the Antichrist, but we're not going to talk about that. They both have their strengths, and they kind of play off of one another just in terms of history and everything. Some people will call it worse than its counterpart. Some people believe the counterpart is overrated, and this is where it's at. Both camps can coexist, but the ultimate problem is they're both kind of talking about this in the shadow of something it's not.
Fair enough. Your next one is the an MP9 with a suppressor.
I believe that's full, and very short stubby sight. I have no idea what I'm even hitting. I don't know if I like this. The iron sights are just not great. Like, look at how short the front sight is. It's almost only as tall as the rails, so, you know, when you're looking down the sight, you know, what do I want to do with this thing? Am I trying to, like, get it in the center?
Good point.
Am I kind of firing off of... It feels like I'm kind of almost firing off the top of it. But I legitimately just have no idea. It's good if you need a whole lot of rounds very quickly, and you're only going to, like, you know... Like, if this is your if that's your range, like your engagement range, this is completely fine. But after, like, I mean, let's try at 10. Yeah, this is murder, but only up to 10 meters. Past that, you're kind of just shooting blanks at nothing.
Alright, that's arguably the best rating so far. Sawn-off shotgun.
Ray, this is in everything. Everybody loves their sawn-off shotgun.
Which, like, I don't get. Because, like, I like having a full-length gun. Kind of helps with range.
Not necessarily, because the thing that actually affects, like, the pellet performance is the choke, which is somewhere inside the barrel, kind of closer to the shells. So, it's not really about range. I will say, though, let me grab... Yeah, here we go. Like, this is elegant. It's clearly, like, you know, the gentleman's shotgun.
Yeah.
This, you replace the absinthe with flippin', like, moonshine, and you get this.
Yeah.
Like, this is the working man shotgun. Something's gone wrong with it, and their solution was just cut that piece out. Oh, you know, there's a crease in the barrel where it's gonna rupture. Saw the barrel down. Oh, my stock splintered. I don't need a stock. I don't even know I'm gonna even attempt to shoot this at 20 meters. Yeah, the lack of a proper sight means it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what you're pointing at. But the fact that you're shooting a shotgun also kind of invalidates any attempt to figure out what you're shooting at. This is, you have something in front of you and it just needs to disappear. Which I completely respect.
Yeah. So, is that your official rating?
It's a great
Or
question.
you just need it to disappear?
This isn't for sniping. This is for slaughtering. Simple as that. You know, you're not gonna be sitting here, you know, trying to line up your shot. No, this is more like a surprise, and I think that's neat.
Fair enough. Then your next one is the USAS 12.
Okay.
It says it's meant to be a SPAS 15, but just use the USAS 12.
Yep. So I'm gonna pull this out real fast. Actually, there might be another weapon that's similar. Here's this. It's only got a 5-round mag, but... Okay. So this is, what, the Praetorian?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this one's a little more... Okay. So, Just Cause 1 has the shotgun, which we're just going to call the Praetorian. It's very much just a SPAS 15 with some SPAS 12 elements. It's clearly just this Franken gun of a whole bunch of different mag-fed shotguns. So as a result, we're just gonna use a mag-fed shotgun. No, I think I will stick with my original comment of using the USAS 12. I mean, there are a few other ones that are here. They're also kind of similar. We have this. I forgot that there was a mag-fed pump action in this game. I have never seen this one before in my life. This is one of the problems with doing one of these videos is H3VR has like a bazillion weapons, and I just have no idea if I've like missed one or not. So we're just gonna stick to this. There was a snafu, but we're just gonna press forward, blissfully unaware of what we have done.
As one does.
And just to make sure that we're not missing out on anything, we're also gonna fire off these. You need a sight, but... That one makes an interesting noise. We're just going to skip over the Centurion and just talk about the Praetorian as per my original list, because I don't know what else I can add about there being two different automatic box-fed shotguns in Just Cause 1.
Yeah, there's really not much else you can say.
These things are ugly, but they're gonna save your life. And that's kind of the price you pay.
Yeah, they're not the most nice looking things.
Yeah, but it's not a beauty contest, it's a government overthrow. So that's acceptable.
Alright, your next one is the G3-6C. There's a lot going on in that name.
The G36C.
Yeah. I didn't read it that way, but you're right.
This is the G36C. Not much you can say about it. It's a
gun.
Hold on. Where is it? I just want to double check. They are disgustingly similar.
They are. What's the other one?
This is the Scorpion Evo 3. That gun that I keep saying sounds like a Razer gaming mouse.
I was gonna say more, it sounds like a competitive Smash tournament.
Well, because Evo's a fighting game thing, but I believe Razer has products that are called the so-and-so Evo, and that's how they like... That's like, oh, that's, you know, our higher end or newer version.
Yeah.
This gun's got a really cool, like, report. The problem is I don't like the irons.
Yeah, those aren't good.
Actually, hold on. Can you? Hey! Okay. Yeah, it's a goofy-looking way to fire 5.56. That doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm kind of loosely giving these a rate, like a spectrum of ratings.
All right. The Beretta RX4.
Okay, I noticed that we have an MX4. Although
Well,
I'd say
substituting the CX4.
yeah, what? Oh, the CX is longer. It's got more barrel, I guess.
Yeah, it's got more barrel on it.
Are these otherwise the exact same? Do they have?
They look pretty identical aside from barrel.
So this one also can fire in full auto.
Ah, there you go.
We're also missing out on... There was an XM8 in Just Cause 1. There is no XM8 in H3, so we can't fire that. And then there's also an M41A pulse rifle from Aliens in Just Cause, and we can't shoot that.
Oh.
I want Anton to add an XM8. I'm just gonna come out and say that. I want an XM8 just because I feel like there's a bunch of weapons that have bespoke weapon mods already, so I think you can do like a PCAPS style system, which would be really cool. But also, like, an M41A would be neat. I mean, it's not like, we're gonna deviate a little bit. It's not like there aren't already wacky movie things in this game. This is the Frontier Model B from Firefly. This is an unlockable weapon. Thank you, Drago, by the way, for giving me these vault files for all of the meme weapons. Here's the 1887 lever-action shotgun with the Terminator lever loop.
Nice.
We have Floppy McLong Flopper. My favorite. Because somebody was like, I want a long slide 1911. And Anton's like, okay. You never specified how long of a slide you want, so it's a meter.
So ridiculous.
It's if you need to know how big a meter in H3 is, line up the back side to the front side. It's pain.
Okay.
Oh, and then you'll get a kick out of these. This is the lock. Right? No, this is... Okay. This is the lock. And this is the Gluger.
I just realized what that is. That's so cursed.
Luger top half, Luger bottom half, Glock top half.
Oh, I hate it.
This is the 4-letter word. This is a quad barrel shotgun.
Oh, it's the Winchester Liberator.
You have to complete a quest chain in Rotwieners to unlock this, but I just downloaded vault files. Okay, anyways. So this is our RX4. We're using the CX4. It's effective. I mean, we just need a Beretta semi-automatic rifle, carbine. You know, I'm impressed that Beretta had the restraint to not make the whole top half open like their pistols.
Yeah.
But away we go.
See, like, as far as keyhole stocks go, that one's pretty big.
I need to know.
What are you doing?
You know.
Stuff.
I'm making my own Beretta. I mean, that's pretty much the splitting image, in my opinion.
Basically. I would say you made the poor man's version of the CX4, but you probably would spend more on that weird amalgamation than you would the actual CX4.
CX4 is quieter, and I don't know why. It's not suppressed. I guess there's less stuff moving, which I guess makes sense.
'Cause reasons, I guess.
There's, you know, you're not moving a whole bunch of metal. I'm trying to grab the slide with my hands. You know, you don't have a whole bunch of slide kicking back. It's just a tiny little bolt. So...
Yeah.
If you've ever just wanted a whole lot of Beretta, this one exists. I don't know why you would take this over just like a regular Beretta handgun. I guess Rico's already got this fantastic revolver and thus decides he doesn't need any other pistols. There's also the 5.7.
Alright, your next one you're probably going to have fun with. MGL.
Oh boy. My favorite thing about the, because this is what, the Mako?
Yeah.
My favorite thing about the Mako in Just Cause 1 is it actually doesn't look like the MGL. It's kind of just a grenade launcher that is just in the form of a paint core jackhammer. But we will, I believe it does have 6 shots. Again, I think somebody would have to play Just Cause 1 to actually verify, and there's no reason to play 1 after 2 came out, because 1 has a grappling hook that sucks, and 2 is like, we're just gonna let you grapple whatever you want, and thus the game was better.
Yeah. It's like the old Spider-Man games where it's like, oh, you can just swing right into the river and you'll have nothing to be swinging from, but they'll just let you keep going.
Yeah. It's like how all Legend of Zelda games leading up to Breath of the Wild had the hook shot, but you'd only hook onto wooden objects, and then Breath of the Wild is just like, I don't know, you can just climb whatever you want.
You want to use your shield as a sled? Go for it, bud.
Yeah. And as a result, the game is just so much more open and fun. I mean, I guess it needed the growing pains, because the game's only got better from there until 3, and then 4 was not as good as 3, but...
Yeah.
It does look more Jackhammer-esque, although we are going to... I shouldn't have thrown that away, because there's another Jackhammer coming up. That's fine. I'll just grab another MGL. These videos are planned very well, very good.
Yes. Definitely not just done by the seat of our pants.
No, definitely not. Once again, it's very hard to describe the explosives versus all of the other weapons. There's still the voice at the back of my head that's like, give it a G. But we're not even doing a rating system.
I'll quote it. Give it a G. That's the quote.
Give it a G.
The M72 Law.
So Rico kind of holds the gun like this.
Okay.
So
Seems incredibly hazardous.
You're gonna line up your shot and then just give it a. Why did nothing come out? It's because Dingus, you're firing it backwards. I just don't think they knew what they were doing. It's as simple as that. And not that they didn't know what they were doing. It's that because nobody, like... This was, I think, what, 2006, 2007? So, it wasn't like, hey, let's go test out all these weapons at the range. It's, hey, I found this gun online that looks really cool. Can we put this in our game? To which the director goes, yeah. It's the 7th generation. The sky's the limit. We have, like, infinite computing power. If you want it in the game, we're putting it in the game.
Throwback to, like, the original Sonic Adventure where the textures on the Mystic Ruins were like the Sega team members' actual photographs they just imported into the game.
That's different. That's early 6th generation where just photo bashing all of your textures, like 5th and 6th generation, like early 3D days. It was, yeah, let's just take a bunch of photographs and those will be our textures. 7th gen, it was more like, hey, we can do whatever we want, so we're just gonna add just like a bazillion weapons to our game, and then we don't need to do the research to figure out how to fire them because it's just gonna look cool because it's an HD and you can run around wherever you want and people will forgive us for that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So how this thing fires in Just Cause 1 is very much a product of its time.
For the record, the rating I gave it was, you dingus, you're firing it backwards.
Sure. That's the end of Just Cause 1. Just Cause 1 also had a grappling hook, but it wasn't very good. But now that we're talking about Just Cause 2, we can... Oh. Yeah! Now that we're talking about Just Cause 2, we can grapple around. Have fun with it, because Just Cause 2 is fun, I guess. Sound very enthused, I'm well aware.
I was about to say, that was like, yeah, it's fun, I guess. if you like that sort of thing.
My problem with Just Cause 2 is I tried to play with a first-person mod, and then as a result, I only played it for like an hour. Just Cause 3, I was just like, I'm just going to play it in third, because I don't like third-person games a lot, and then I put 15 hours into Just Cause 3.
Alright, but your first one is the Desert Eagle 357, specifically single and dual wield.
Just Cause 2. First of all, can we discuss the weapon names between Just Cause 1 and 2? Read us a couple weapon names from Just Cause 1.
Just Cause 1 had the Moretti P94, the Nova 9, the Dawson 61 Sport model, the Mako Hammerhead.
And now tell us some weapon names from Just Cause 2.
Pistol, revolver, assault rifle, bullseye, pump shotgun, machine gun.
And Just Cause 3?
The CS Spectre Mark IV, the CS44 Peacebringer, the Automata U12, the Final Argument, the Urga Devata.
Okay, who at Square Enix didn't show up to work and their whole job was name the weapons in Just Cause 2? Because, like, even just, like subtle, like, oddities in the naming, like, add so much flavor to a world. And then when you just call your pistol, it's just like, yeah. Yeah, it sure is. Can't argue with you there. Anyways, the Deagle in Just Cause 2 holds, I think, 9 rounds by default and upgrade. No, it loads 12 rounds by default and upgrades to 24. I don't know how, and IMFDB is as confused as us.
That's... okay. Sure. I don't support, but okay.
Oh, it'll get worse, don't worry.
No, that's the spirit.
I forgot to spawn lock the magazine. I'm not gonna try to hit 20 meters with 2 guns, I'm gonna just go for 5.
Yeah, that's a better idea.
How did I have way more rounds on the left than the right?
Some things are just better left unanswered.
I'm gonna go ahead and grapple up. I meant to go up. I'm still getting used to the grappling hook. Oh, no, thanks.
Man, this reminds me of the grappling hook from Apex. You either know what you're doing immediately, or you flail around for like 20 hours.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in this slot, so that way I can just holster it real quick. Like, that's how you would use it. You grapple down to somebody and just dump a whole bunch of lead into them, which is cool.
Oh, for sure. Impractical, but
it's
yeah.
Cool. I don't know why you need to. That's our marketing blurb. We're apparently marketing these now.
All right. We've upgraded, I guess.
This is like the brutal foods of guns. I come in here with no plan. Just a list of things I'm gonna do. And then...
things just happen.
Yes.
Next one is the Smith & Wesson 500. Which again, single and dual wield, somehow starts with 7-round magazine and upgrades to a 12-rounder?
You know. Oh man, look at how 7 rounds we could put in this bad boy. Up to 12.
Someone didn't do their math homework.
I can hold 7 rounds in a hand. I don't know why.
Still does not fix the mistake.
No.
Also, the biggest gripe I have about dual wielding, specifically revolvers, is that a majority of revolvers are right-handers, so the cylinder comes out to the left.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you fire both right-handed weapons and the cylinders both go to the left?
I'll show you. Anyways, we need to discuss the fact that Rico is dual wielding these, and these things are massive. Can we put how much they weigh on the screen? Thank you. A lot is the answer.
Yep.
You probably don't want to just hold one in each hand. Now, if you're some sort of, like, crazy psycho Brit who eats, like, the flippin', like, protein-infused beans because you have zombies attacking you, sure, I guess. Go ahead. You need a whole bunch of stopping power because you have to fight the Patriarch, the Matriarch. I don't remember any of the other bosses from Killing Floor 2. But Rico's just a guy destroying like a South American nation. So, what the hell?
See, I just kind of had the phrase "Doom Guy," literally too angry to die, go through my head.
All right, let's get our Let's get our last 2 rounds in. There we go. There's our 7-round magazine capacity.
Somehow.
I don't get why you'd want to shoot this over this flippin' Raging Bull. Like, they're both a whole lot of stopping power. Do you need both? I don't know, one or the other, Rico. So let's do one of our flying grappling hook daring do escapades to get in the... No! No! That was
one worked.
cool. Not where I wanted to land. Not where I wanted to land at all, but okay.
Hey, don't complain. It works.
Alright, so now we do this, and... I need the other one. I'm still of the opinion that instead of Sephiroth, we should have gotten, like, Rico as the second Square Enix rep in Smash Brothers via the Fighter's Pass. Sephiroth is just a nothing character. Everyone was like, oh, I'm sick of anime swordsmen in Smash. No more anime swordsmen. And then it's the Squidward meme. I hate anime swordsmen. Me and the Sephiroth 5 minutes later, and they're all partying. It's like, pick a frickin' lane.
You have a point. You have a very valid point.
Okay, so I didn't hit a single thing, and I botched my grappling hook entry, but that's fine. As for how you're supposed to reload both these, and they swing out to the left.
Okay, that was kind of cool, not gonna lie.
You just kind of do them one at a time. Because I don't know how else you're going to do that.
Alright, then what's your opinion of these two?
Why wouldn't Rico just use that cool revolver he already has? Okay. 1's for practicality, 2 is for style, so... we're just gonna pretend I'm parachuting in, and I'm just gonna run off the edge and just start blasting. I ran right into the dude. It's not as cool with 2. Somehow it's not as cool with 2.
The M4A1, but specifically with just straight iron sights.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to make sure I wasn't like, do I put the carry handle on it? No, it's...
The straight up irons.
Yep. Probably do that. Oh, I need a little more room. Come on. Okay. I mean, it works. I'm just not as good of a shot as Rico. So now if I... That's gonna give me a whole lot more time to line up these shots. Got a problem though. Got a problem though. I'm moving at like a fifth of the speed, but the bullets are moving in full speed. Why am I... No! What an awkward situation. That was... Okay.
Did you just fall all the way back down?
I did, but my gun fell faster because player physics and gun physics. It's fine.
That's confusing.
Oh god, you know, this was a cooler idea for a video than it's turning out to actually
You're just Flintstone running.
Yeah, it's more like Wile E. Coyote, but the sad thing is this actually works and does give you forwards momentum in the air. Perfect!
Beautiful simulation.
Okay, so now I have to drop down without just slipping down the front face of the aggro crag here and try to line up some shots.
Good luck.
Oh, I ran out of ammo. That was cool. I can also turn on none. Oh, I hate that.
You're just going straight horizontal?
Yeah, just walked off the edge and just kept going. That was, yeah. Ugh. I was like, I'm just gonna try to drop down and shoot the gun. No, I'm just not a good shot. We wasted a lot of time on that. But we learned a lot. Totally average.
Now it's the bullseye, which is the M4A1, but with a scope.
So it also in-game is more like the XM8. There's a bunch of plastic garbage attached to it. But we can't simulate the plastic garbage. And I have a lot riding on this because Jedi Toby-Wan did an across-the-map sniper shot while in the air grappling, and I'm just not going to be able to do that. Oh, we get to use our new scope. It's a telescope.
That's fantastic, actually.
It's a telescope. 3 seems good for this, and I'm gonna leave it in semi, although it might be in full auto. Once again, one of those things that I probably should have done a little more work on. I way overshot that, and I'm leaving. Yeah, actually, there's our magazine. So I'm gonna come over here and just kind of... Okay. Bullseye.
The FN Tactical Police, which is a pump action with a stock.
Okay, I just didn't know if we had... There's the Marshall, which I think... Yeah, that actually does look like the one that's in the game. It's got like the heat shield and the stock. We'll roll with this. It's a good in-between between the sawn-off and the mag-fed. Pleasantly middle of the road.
The machine gun, or the F249.
This
M249.
one, yeah.
I don't know why I can't read today.
Everybody is having problems today.
It's just one of those days.
Where you don't want to wake up. Everything is fucked. Everybody sucks.
Yeah, it's just one of those days.
I believe that is actually it is not the next line in the Limp Bizkit song, but it'll do. As cool as it would be, that I've got to do it. I said I wouldn't, but like everything, everything's already like done for me. I just need to make it over here and then drop down and shoot. Except for take the gun off a fucking safe.
Man, you're not having good luck with this thing.
It's not even luck, it's just I'm bad.
That too.
I also missed all those shots, and I don't really want to do that again. This is great for when you need a whole lot of lead very quickly, and you want to look fucking awesome doing it. This is the epitome of action movie gun.
Alright, the M203.
Right, there is just an M203, just kind of all on its own.
It's simply called the cluster bomb launcher.
Right.
You know, whatever that means.
Because it fires 6 grenades at once.
That's incredibly overkill. Oh, would you like to hear something cursed while you're looking for your proper, you know, launch type?
Sure.
Picture this. That was beautiful, whatever that was.
That was the corner frag.
Yeah. But picture this. A M32 rotary grenade launcher, but rubber bullet form.
What type of...
I think that would still kill.
like this?
Yeah.
This is the practice round. It just... Yeah, so this game doesn't have cluster bombs. I know everyone's very disappointed in that revelation, but... That gets a lot more distance than I thought. It sure is a grenade launcher.
Alright. That's the best I can describe it as. And then lastly, for Just Cause 2, the M134.
So this isn't technically like a gun that you can just like walk around with. When you find a turret, you can shoot off of the turret, but then you also have a button just to straight up rip the minigun off of its like position and just carry it around for a little bit. It slows down your movement speed a lot, but
yeah,
it's a minigun.
Yeah.
And there's literally no way I can fuck this up, so... In fact, I will even bring back the options panel and give myself the moon gravity to ensure that this can go right. Oh, hell yeah. Can't describe it any other way than exactly as I had done there. Now we're moving on to Just Cause 3, the good one. Because instead of Rico going to a country and destroying their government, and sometimes the places people live, Rico has gone home to his home nation of Medici. You can tell which one of these 3 games I've actually played more than an hour of. And surprise, a tyrannical leader that the US government is backing has taken over Medici. And the reason the US government doesn't want him out of there, because Rico works for the US government, is because what's his name? Is it Di Rivalo? Di Rivalo has is sitting on this giant mine of what is that stuff called? Ethereum?
I never played it.
He's sitting on this big mine of like fancy sci-fi mumbo jumbo rock, and he's selling it to the US government. It can make reflector shields and lightning guns and a bunch of crazy shit. And as a result, the US government doesn't want to take him out because they're benefiting from him terrorizing an entire nation. So you destroy all of his military installations and liberate the cities. It's a legitimately fun game. It's the only one that doesn't have this weird, like, conservative US savior slant, because the US is actively depicted as getting in the way of a nation's personal freedoms. And as a result, it's like the only leftist just cause. And it's also the most fun one, because you get to blow up a bridge. Or ride on the underside of a helicopter via your grappling hook. And then take that helicopter over.
Cool.
It is very cool. Yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah, I bought it. I just have to, you know, play it.
Play it, yes. Do play it.
Alright. Then your first one of Just Cause 3 is the Heckler & Koch Mark 23. No mods whatsoever. Just dual wield only.
Yeah, because somebody was just like... I mean, I don't want to throw these people under the bus, but when I put this on the other one, they're like, yeah, it seems like you don't really know what you're talking about. And it's just like, I want to show people, because the chances of me doing a Metal Gear one of these videos is like next to nothing. And at the time that we did the Killing Floor one, it was nothing. And then I was like, hey, do people want to see me cover games that I don't even know anything about? And people were like, yes. So you'll see those in 22. But yeah, it's this. Yeah, before I actually looked at IMFDB, I felt pretty certain I knew what weapon this was. I was like, yeah, this is totally two USB tacticals. Close, but no cigar. I am impressed with...
Close.
Yeah. I have to reload both of these because I just ejected around from one of them and I don't know which one it was. It's almost like 2 pistols is more hassle than it's worth. Sure, it looks cool, but, you know... Oh, I'm in the middle of a village that needs saving. I'm gonna go... Yeah, cool, Rico. That looks nice. Hey, Rico, you want to do me a solid? There's a guy 20 meters away that you need to hit precisely 4 times with your bullets. Can you do that? Why, let me take a look. No. No, you can't. You know, there's people that are like, oh, you know, you look down the sights of the one, and then you try to get the other one lined up with your other eye.
That all about? Never heard that.
Because there's people that have actually, like, learned how to shoot like this. With 2
Why did
guns.
they do this to themselves?
Because they thought it looked cool in a movie, and thus they learned how to do it, and nobody ever told them you probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't. If you're gonna do 2 pistols, do them like this.
Yeah, fire one, and then switch to the other.
And then, you know, then you can do this. Probably help my case if I could actually aim.
Yeah. Potato, potato.
Also, I'm learning, a whole bunch of people are like, oh wow, VR is such a gimmick, it's just 3D. I seriously don't notice stereoscope. The only time I've ever been like, wow, this looks 3D, even including like my own personal real life, was when the new 3DS like figured out what was wrong with my eyes and adjusted the image so I could actually see it in 3D.
See, I never used the 3D on the 3DS. Like, ever. I just keep forgetting about it.
I didn't on the original 3DS because it just made the game look blurry and run bad. And then the new 3DS, I tried it and it looked wild. Like I had never seen something that looked like that before, even including real life. Like when I go between like my right eye and both, I don't notice a difference all that much. And I don't know if I'm supposed to like really notice the difference between the two or not, but oh well. That was a diversion.
It was. What would you rate our Mark 23s?
I can't just say just use one, because all of the weapons in Just Cause 3 that you can hold in one hand are dual wield.
You just got mags laying all over the place.
Yeah, it's 45. So in that regard, it's the 1911 plus, because you get more rounds, and it's the same caliber. I just wish you didn't shoot 2 at a time.
Single action army, also dual wield, fired like double action revolvers.
Yeah, so for whatever reason, I'm gonna grab my 2 single action armies, but then I'm also gonna grab this. So, the single action armies that are in Just Cause 3, they're an unlockable weapon for finding all the vintage gun parts on one of the regions. And you fire them, you fire them, you fire them, and then to reload, you do this, 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 and this, which you notably cannot do with a single action army. If you want to load it, you gotta open up your loading gate and do one of these.
Well, that's incredibly inefficient.
But come on, who doesn't love to reload during a battle?
Everybody.
Now you can't say that. There is exactly one person that loves to reload during a battle.
And that is?
Revolver Ocelot.
he also has like the most insensitive triggers ever with how often he flings them around his fingers and never shoots himself.
Okay, so in Metal Gear lore, he like hand loads his bullets with a special like amount of powder so he can ricochet the shots. I don't know if that has anything to do with the trigger pull on the actual single action is also notoriously heavy, and then also here once they're in this form, no amount of pulling on the trigger is gonna make them shoot. You have to drop the hammer because they're single action.
Yeah.
So he's never at risk of actually
shooting himself.
Okay, now I am left with a task that some games decided they didn't even want to deal with. Nope. Okay. Okay, so 2 meters. Okay, I've totally screwed up my system. I'll just assume I did it. But at the same time, they're also fire like double action, so I don't know. Square Enix really screwed this one up. I can't touch this.
Alright.
Okay.
The next one, I don't even know how exactly you're gonna put it out because the Automat U12 is like 75% jackhammer and 25% cause.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so on all accounts, it's jackhammer. But rather than a drum, it's got like a cause magazine kind of up in the magazine well. I can't even model this accurately, but it's like this. So when you're done, you just rip it out, jam a new one in. So it is a little more practical than this, but it physically looks like this. So I can't just, you know... You know, I can't just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna use this. Because this doesn't look like the one in the game. This looks much more like it, and really the big difference is the magazine versus the drum. At the very least, this game is generous and only has me firing one of these, not both. They're not two. I mean, you don't even exist in real life, so that begs a lot of questions. What can you bring to the table? Is it bad that every time a cause has shown up, I feel sad because this is a legit, like, I legitimately like the cost, but it's never going to exist for real, like...
It honestly looks like this is gonna be a really stupid reference because it's me, but there was a gun in the first year of Destiny 2 that looks identical to the cause.
Like, I mean, the cause is kind of a neat idea. One, I like the idea of the brass, the brass casings on the bullets. Just so that way they can, you know, load these with a lot of oomph. Then you get it's full auto. Oh, I'm thinking of the other one. I'm thinking of the G11 has the 3-round burst. But yeah, let's go ahead and stick the drum.
Okay, I found the one in question.
Yeah, so it's kind of, in a way, not unlike the AA-12, but like well before its time, which I think is super cool.
Yeah.
I just want to know what people's deal with this thing is. Like, why has everything got this? What is it about this thing? I don't know if I get it, but it's definitely recognizable. It's definitely recognizable. That's probably why so many games use it.
And then Mossberg 500A.
Five shells. It's quite simple and quite handsome. And that's really all I need to say on it. Frankly. Although I believe the one that's actually in Just Cause, it's a little less that, and kind of performance-wise, and even almost kind of looks. It's more like our flippin' KS-23 over here. So the sawn-off is much more. I believe it was much more powerful than the jackhammer.
All right.
So this is probably a little more correct in terms of power. Can we put this next to the? Yeah. Also, another fun thing to look at is comparing the shotgun shells. They're so big because this was made out of recycled anti-aircraft gun pieces.
As one does.
It's the Soviet Union, of course they were going to do that.
Yeah.
In H3, this is kind of blasé nowadays, because, you know, we have things like, we haven't seen this guy in a while. You know, we have stuff like Big Boomer. You know, we compare the shell and it's like, you know, terrifying. 12 gauge is great. And yeah. My brain feels like it's been tumbling around in a dryer for ages. Words are difficult at the moment.
Next is the Model 1887, but this is also dual-wheeled for some reason.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to stand for this one, which I guess I'm game for. How am I gonna do this? Because you have to open this to get to where you put the shells in. It's 6. How Rico fires this? I assume you can I assume you know how Rico would fire this. I'm gonna have to stand, so my audio is gonna be bad for a moment. So how this gets fired in the game.
He does the twirl.
Yep. I mean, how else would you fire?
2 lever actions.
Yeah, at the same time.
You don't.
That's a great answer. They are also, weirdly enough, they're considered double barrels in the game. So you fire 1, 2, and then you do the spin to chamber 2 more shells.
Okay, this is some like scout scattergun level stupid.
Yeah, let's compare that actually to how this game does Team Fortress 2's scattergun. Because this is actually terrifyingly close to how it's handled.
It's weird to see shells actually go into it.
Yes. So Rico fires bam, bam, spins, bam, bam, spins.
I don't like that.
No, nobody does. IMFDB also notices that when he spins it, the lever completely detaches from the gun, because Square Enix apparently just had so much time to work on this game.
It shows.
It sure gets a sure.
Alright. The next one is the Chris SDP. Use the vector dual wield.
Yep. And we really don't need sights, because...
Where we're going, we don't need to aim.
And yeah, because the stocks are actually out of the way, we also need to fold these up. This is looking like a worse idea just by the second.
Yep. It just doesn't get any better.
You want to frickin' thank you.
They don't even look like firearms anymore. They just look like blocks of metal.
And that's kind of how they look in Just Cause 3. And away we go. I don't... What do you want me to say? This is already like a borderline... not unusable, but impractical weapon. And...
It gets style points, but practicality, not so much.
And it's already a hard one to control, because that initial burst of recoil is what you get, and then you have to figure out where you're aiming and adjust. By that point, it's too late because you've run out of ammo. But Rico, full on, extend the arms all the way out and just... What are you aiming at, dude?
He doesn't even know.
This is This is like the worst way to shoot a vector. There's nothing else I can say about that one. You'd have to actively harm yourself in order to find a worse way to fire a Chris vector.
Alright.
It's also just not great to begin with.
Your next one is an old friend, the AK-12 prototype.
Yeah, given a lot of the nonsense we've fired, this one will probably seem...
This will either be the most basic or the most absurd.
I'm gonna get rid of that everything after that ore because it's perfectly serviceable. When you don't have a million other AKs and regular weapons to compare this against, it's completely fine. And that's really all I can say about it. AK-12 prototype. It's fine when devoid of all other context.
Alright. Next one is just straight up AK, but it says, like halfway between the AKS-74 and the Saiga 12.
Yeah, so it is an assault rifle, so we will use the AKS, what did I say, AKS-74?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna use that, but it looks more like a Saiga, but it doesn't fire shotgun shells, it fires regular bullets. So we're just gonna use this. Nothing else I can add. Great weapon to liberate your home country, too.
All you say is like a bullpup AK sniper rifle with a ladder sight and carry handle with 4 question marks.
The gun pile just gave birth to a double barrel and it was very frightening. Okay, so this is some kind of designated marksman rifle. And it's an AK. This is the wrong magazine. So it's a bullpup AK. I don't know if I have access to ladder sights. I don't. But what I can do, because I need a carry handle. No. Give me the M4. And then give me the front sight from an A2. I don't like this. What have I done?
I think it's constructed like a Nerf gun.
Am I good to go? Am I ready to fire? I guess it'd be in semi-auto because it's like a designated marksman rifle. I hate that this works. These sights are disgustingly usable. I have made some kind of horrific, like, AK and AR monstrosity. The two have done unspeakable things to one another, and I guess that's where the double barrel came from. This has no right to work as well as it does.
Well, thankfully, the next one is not a twisted amalgamation. You just straight up the M60. Just straight up.
Oh, yeah. This is actually my favorite weapon in Just Cause 3. I kind of want to do another parachute drop, but I don't think it's worth it.
No.
Unfortunately, how I use this thing in Just Cause 3 doesn't look as cool as the sustained fire. We kind of have to do this. This is more how I end up using it in the game. Which is nowhere near as cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't keep the M60 from not being awesome. Just genuinely a fantastic weapon. And if for some reason you like the M60 but you want a foregrip, they made one that has a foregrip. And if you like this visual design but don't like the foregrip, they've also got you covered here.
Alright.
There were a lot of M60s.
I could see that. Next one is the SVD Dragunov.
Yep, don't need to do anything weird to it.
Nope, just Dragunov.
It's just the Dragunov. Not too sure exactly where I'm supposed to be aiming on the sight here, but I don't know if that's a problem I need to worry about. And if that is really that big of a deal, then we're about to make this look a whole lot less handsome. You can just stick a regular scope to it.
Yeah.
Probably pull the bolt back. I like this one. Every time I've fired a Dragunov, I like it. And I don't know exactly how to explain it.
Alright, then the final argument is the PGM Ultima ratio and a Barrett 99. So just use the Heck-8.
We're just gonna use the Heck-8. It's bolt action, although I don't think I've ever actually fired the final argument. I believe the final argument is a, what's the word for it? They have an acronym that doesn't mean anything. Bavarium! That's the name of the crazy sci-fi material. What the f- Can we try that one again? Thank you. Yeah, this would punch a hole. Oh wait, I still have one more bullet. Hooray! Yeah, this would punch a hole clean through a giant fuel tank. And probably also a bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party. Final argument. It's called the final argument because you bust this out, nobody's ever going to want to debate you again. Oh, you want to bring me to the marketplace of ideas? Here's a fucking idea for you.
The RPG-7.
Okay, is that the last one?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to mention real fast. There is a China Lake-like weapon, grenade launcher, in Just Cause 3 that I didn't mark down because It's definitely not. But anyways, I just want to bring it up because this is as close I'm going to get to the actual weapons in the game. It fires all four grenades at the same time. And it might be 6, not 4. But it looks like the China Lake, and it's, yeah, it's quite terrifying. And it's also quite fun. Anyways, we're here for the rocket launcher. You said there were how many more after this?
After a rocket launcher, there are none, because it's,
Oh, yeah.
After that's Just Cause 4, and those don't exist.
Yep. And our final weapon, it took them this long to add the RPG-7 to, Just Cause. The one in-game is, like, maybe another 8 inches longer, and it's a little more svelte, and I don't know how I feel about that. What are we doing firing this like a normal person? We have to whip and nay-nay this. I actually hit something.
It's impressive.
It dinged.
That's impressive. Excuse me, I'm gonna whip and nay-nay this.
This is how we will guns in the future. There's nothing I can add to that. That was just functionally that was it. That makes up for all of the mistakes we've had this entire recording session. I've been whipping the flipping rocket launcher this whole time, and that was the first time I've ever actually hit anything. Can you get anywhere near the pot? Thank you. Alright, here's all the weapons from the Just Cause games, not you. Over here you've got some mistakes. And then over here, you've got some good. Really, we kind of start with our best foot forward. This just kind of sums up everything you need to know about Just Cause. Other than the grappling hook. You also probably need to know that.
Well, yeah.
Do you have any closing words on this series? Because we don't need to do a big long text scroll, because all the text disappear throughout the video.
Yeah. Nah, don't really have any words to say other than the fact that I need to install and play this game now.
Please play.
It's been chilling since like July.
Yeah, Just Cause 3 is quite good. All right, and now we've got to send this stuff off with a bang.
Yeah.
'Cause that's how we've been doing things.
Yeah, it's tradition at this point.
And we're gonna, yeah, we're gonna use a spam. Well, we needed to get all the way up here to make these weapons go kaboom.
Fingers crossed it works. Yeah, it works!
There's some up in the clouds!
Definitely works.
I want to go find the one that just, like, sort of a mile away. Yeah. Oh, of all the weapons to end up in the stratosphere.
It's this one. It's only appropriate.
Wow. No, there's no topping that. This is effectively the perfect recording session now. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, I'd recommend subscribing. Patreon and social media links are in the description.